So this begins at or around 12:50 this afternoon in the area of Chambers and Imperial in the North County Precinct. Some of our detectives were up there. Information was relayed to them that a car taken in a carjacking within the hour within St. Louis City from the 500 block of Clara was in the area. They confirmed that the vehicle was indeed one and the same, license plate matched. From there, vehicle pursuit ensues. It culminates here behind the Lee's Chicken Restaurant behind us. Less than 20 minutes later, it's somewhere in the ballpark of 18 minutes. That suspect vehicle struck a concrete pole in the back of the restaurant, and a unmarked police vehicle then struck one of the individuals that was trying to get out of that vehicle and flee. 3 suspects in all have been taken into custody. I don't have good ages on them. 3 of them, though, are males. One that was struck by the vehicle has been transported to a local hospital for treatment. I do not have a good status on him at this point in time either. We have no police officers that were injured in this incident. Also, I failed to tell you that sometime, we believe in North County, the suspects in that suspect vehicle fired shots at the police officers in that unmarked vehicle. Those officers returned shots. I do not have good details on that either. Again, there is a whole lot more work to be done, and this is very active, as you can see.
How did the accident happen where the person was struck? Can you go over that in a little more detail?
Well, I simply can't, Kevin. We still have to speak with those most involved in this incident. As we know it right now, the driver of that suspect vehicle was trying to get out after his vehicle had become disabled from striking that concrete pole. Now, the police vehicle then comes around the corner also and strikes that individual. I do not have good details on what else leads up to that.
Any video?
I'm optimistic that we've got some technology to review, either from that business or neighboring businesses. Hopefully they could bring some light to this incident.
What's the status of the investigation right now?
Very busy. You can see many detectives behind us, many that are working elsewhere, and this is going to take us well into the evening. I would imagine traffic's going to be restricted here for at least a few hours to come.
Where did that carjacking take place? What was the use of the suspect?
The 500 block of Clara, I don't have a good condition on that suspect that was transported to the hospital now. That carjacking was, again, in the 500 block of Clara within the city of St. Louis, and again, that happened within the hour. I guess one good thing, or one thing to reinforce right now, there's no car pursuit that's ideal. There's no use of force that's ever ideal. What's ideal is voluntary compliance. In an ideal world, this would have ended with a traffic stop, 20 minutes prior to a car accident behind this business while we're in broad daylight.
Do you know if these suspects appear to be teenagers or adults?
I don't have that good of information. Once we can provide more on those individuals, we certainly will.
How serious are the injuries to the person who was struck?
Well, at first they were described as life-threatening. Now we're still looking for clarity on that. Once we get more information, I'll be happy to share it with you. There's just, again, a lot of unknowns right now.
But sometimes police say a person is conscious and breathing when they're taken away. Was he conscious and breathing when they took him?
There are conflicting reports of what we're getting from the hospital right now, so I can't pigeonhole myself one way or another to tell you that it is something that it's not. When we can provide information, we certainly will.
Was anyone injured in that carjacking in the city? Like, under what circumstances? Was it a woman, man carjacked? Were they ready to move?
I believe it's a man that was carjacked, an adult male. I don't know if he was injured. That would be a better question for our brothers and sisters in the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department.
And that was the man that was in the 500 block of Clara. Is that right? The carjacking?
That's the victim in that crime, but I don't have a good grasp on those facts. That would be better directed towards the city police department.
Okay.
For an 18-minute chase, sounds like it was a high-speed pursuit. How fast did they go?
The best I've got is somewhere in the ballpark of 70 miles per hour. It could be a little more, it could be a little less, I don't know. But our pursuit policy, the St. Louis County Police pursuit policy, is reviewed. It's updated regularly. It's one of those that comes under the most scrutiny, and it's got to reflect best practices, updates in case law, or public sentiment. So that pursuit policy is pretty restrictive. It restricts what we can pursue for as a dangerous felony. A carjacking certainly falls in the same realm of a dangerous felony, like a homicide or a rape suspect or an arson suspect.
How many police vehicles were lined up in the pursuit?
I don't have good information for that. Well, certainly at least one.
Do you know if any pedestrians or drivers getting into their cars, anybody else, innocent people, in the line of duty, in the line of danger?
I don't know. Again, a police pursuit is one of the most dangerous things that we could be involved in, short of serving a search warrant. It's a danger to the public, it's a danger to our folks, it's a danger to the suspects. That's why we don't enter into pursuits lightly.
What was the route on streets like this or on highway mostly? Where did they go?
We had some larger roadways. I know the Jennings Station through North City ultimately were up here behind us.
So up to 70 miles an hour and probably a 30 mile an hour in some stretches.
Most of those are probably 30, 35 miles per hour. But again, that circles us back to voluntary compliance. This could end very easily with voluntary compliance at the corner of a street as opposed to ending in serious injury or death, which is what we want to avoid at all costs.
Any weapons recovered?
Yes, one firearm.
What kind?
Don't know.
Was that in the car or on a person's body?
I don't know yet. We still have to interview, again, those most involved in this. That includes the officers as well as the suspects. Those seem to be very good questions that we will be able to provide some clarity on in the very near future. Thanks, guys.